I played Montreal a lot. I don't think I have, right? Alone? So I haven't told you this story 100 times. I'll tell you this story, okay? So what happened is I used to live in this apartment, right? And it was a pretty residential apartment. It was very, it was an old lady that lived downstairs. There was a guy that lived next door to me, and he was like, he was kind of like a transvestite stripper. But he was very calm. He was actually calmer than the old lady. Because you know how that is, right? But the cops, they loved my building. The cops used to think that we were doing crazy things on the roof. So there was always cops walking up and down the stairs, right? So you always kind of had to keep yourself a little bit under control. You know, like you couldn't fall asleep in the hallway or something. A friend of mine was really depressed. And he was sitting on my front steps, and I said, hey man, you're not that a good friend of mine, but why don't you come upstairs and we'll hang out, you know, drink a beer, listen to some records, we'll cheer you up, you know? And he's like, well, alright man, I guess that's all. And he sat up there for a little while, and he said, hey, is it okay if I use your telephone? And I said, yeah, sure man. I said, you know, take the cordless phone, walk out into the hall, have a little privacy, you know? He walks out into the hall with my big old cordless phone, right? And you gotta understand, that summer, the cops, they were really nervous about people that were holding things in their hands. If you had a soda can in your hand, you might get shot. The cops they were shooting everybody that summer. They shot one guy who was holding his wallet, another guy was holding a basketball, and this guy's holding a cordless phone. And the cop walks up the stairs and he says, hey man, drop it. Drop what you got in your hand. Drop that, drop that. And the guy's like, huh? What do you mean? He says, it's a phone. It's a phone, man. He said, don't point that thing at me, man. Don't point that. And the guy says, what do you mean? It's a phone. What are you talking about? He says, you heard what I'm talking about. Put that thing down, man. He pulls out his gun. And I heard some commotion in the hall, and I stuck my head out. And I said, wow, that looks like the beginning of a song. These are the things that I want to understand. What's that thing you're holding in your hand? What's that thing you're holding in your heart? What's kicking around up there before you start? Days are gone, days they surely pass. I kick myself for the times you kick my ass. Just to have somebody to harass. I'm sorry, baby, but I ain't got that much class. And now these are the questions I have about you. I wonder where you are, I wonder what you do. And I know I'll always be there, forever staring to an apartment up on 23rd and 2nd Avenue. I remember waking up with all the morning trash, cooking up some eggs and lots of corned beef hash, eating coffee grounds and drinking sour mash, into another night sleeping in the bath, coming home on a Friday night. I'm thinking about the things that make me feel alright, like being free and drinking wine. All these are things that make you feel so fine. And if it all ends tomorrow, you see, oh, so much sorrow. My Lord, you would not believe, no, you would not believe. Jimmy went downstairs and he got into a fight. His eyes were burning drunk and bleeding in the night. Thoughtless summer mornings in a crimson light. All these are things that make you feel alright. And I said, these are the questions I have about you. I wonder where you are, I wonder what you do. And I know I'll always be there, forever staring to an apartment up on 23rd and 2nd Avenue. These are the questions I have
what you do, and I